What's going on, you guys? Brickinator here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my LEGO Star Wars Cloud City MOC from The Empire Strikes Back. I built this because I wanted to have my own LEGO Cloud City creation, just one that I built, and also because the actual LEGO sets are just so expensive. And so here what I think is a really good version of a LEGO Star Wars Cloud City, and I'm very excited to show you guys it. So with that said, let's get right into it. First of all, we have 4 and kind of 5 major sections to look at. So here is going to be the first section we're going to take a look at, which is the landing pad. As you can see here, we have the Microfighter Millennium Falcon, which I wanted to add to kind of make it feel more like a landing pad and give it more detail. But that is literally just the newest Millennium Falcon Microfighter. Not too much special to say, but you can see it can fit right here on this stud on the landing pad, which I think has some nice detail along with this walkway here. And of course you see the very nice Cloud City Lando. This is such an awesome minifigure to look at, especially, it's the 20th anniversary version. I'm not going to be paying $500 or more for one minifigure, maybe one day, but for now I think the 20th anniversary version does the trick. Of course we have Lobot and also another Bespin guard as well, which looks very good. And that is pretty much everything to say about the landing pad, other than some nice kind of plate detail on the wall here. I'm gonna actually move this part off. You'll see that in a second, just for easier to look at it. And you can see here we have a door with a nice door panel to kind of control the opening of it. This is the main door you see Lando walk out of in the beginning of the Cloud City sequence in The Empire Strikes Back. And it just has one simple feature where you can just pull up the door like this and move this Falcon out of the way so you can see it a bit better. But it opens like that, and then you'll see which room we can walk into right after that. But it can close and open just like so. And you can even take the door out if you want to do that. And then we have the next section, which is the dining room slash the kind of like normal lobby area of Cloud City. I just kind of did one room, which was the dining room, to kind of encompass all of that. And as you can see, this is a very nice looking room with the white walls and the details on the walls as well. I wanted to make it look pretty accurate to the movie. Of course, we have a little plant in the background for a little extra color, and you see that door back here is the same door we were taking a look at earlier that goes up to the landing pad. I had added the Cloud City slash Empire Strikes Back Han and Leia here as well. Of course, Leia is not in the full Cloud City uniform, just her Empire Strikes Back one, because the actual minifigure is very expensive, even upwards of like $60, I think. Maybe even more than that, maybe a bit less, but it is expensive. But you also see here we have the dining room table. I didn't have a lot of Lego chairs, so I just put 3 ones, even though they're supposed to be white. But I think it does the trick and kind of actually gives it a bit more color that is needed on this kind of blank build. But overall, I think it is a very nice Cloud City dining room build. Going on to the next part, we have the carbon freezing chamber. I'll back it up a bit so you can see it a bit better. But here we have the awesome, infamous Cloud City chamber. There's actually a feature to make this work. It's very simple, and I'll show you that in a second. But first of all, we have to kind of rewind Han to make it before he's frozen in carbonite. And there you go. You see also we have this kind of crane thing to lower him into the carbon freezing chamber, as well as we have a Ugnaught here, which is from the 2017 carbon freezing chamber set, as well as the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, and of course just another stormtrooper down here. I just wanted to add an extra minifigure, and there are stormtroopers in the scene, so why not? Overall, I actually really like this room because you see we have the nice orange lights. I really think it adds a lot. And then the nice vent piece as well. And then behind the Ugnaught, we actually have the kind of control station. I kind of based this one off the 2003 Cloud City set with a bit of modern detail like this printed piece up here. We also have a lever where you can kind of move and kind of imagine you're kind of sending Han into the carbon freezing chamber. And so we just place our Ugnaught there. And now it is time to show the feature of how we actually put Han in there. But before I do, obviously on the crane, you can actually have some movability on how you want to move Han around, which is very nice to see. Of course, I made it myself because I wanted it to be very accurate and just look well and play well as well. So here, we're gonna show you how to actually do the feature. It's gonna be kind of hard to see, but what you do is you kind of lower Han down, and there's actually some clips in there you can see on the bottom, and you kind of just have to aim it. I'm not gonna do this. I need kind of 2 hands, but since I'm filming, I'll kind of try and fit him on there. And there we go. He fits on just like so, and he's locked into the bottom. The crane is fully detached, and then you can kind of just place it down more of an eye level so it looks like he's really in there. And you just twist the top of the carbon freezing piece around, and it will spin around easily with the attachment on the bottom. And you bring the crane back over. You can latch it onto the top of the carbon freezing block. You have to kind of wiggle it to get it detached from the bottom pieces, but it should work pretty easily. And then you can lift Han Solo and Carbonite up like so. And then you have your carbon freezed Han. And I think this feature looks very nice for such a simple kind of part of the set, but I also think it actually looks good because we're able to have this kind of like round carbon freezing area, and I think this feature works well with it. And that is the Carbon Freezer Room. Now moving on to our next room, it is the infamous Luke vs. Darth Vader duel on Cloud City. This room was based off the 2003 LEGO Star Wars Cloud City because I thought it was just such a cool design, and so I kind of based it off that with the similar colors and kind of vent pieces, the red and black as well. And here we actually have a doorway into the Carbon Freezer Room, which is accurate to the Empire Strikes Back movie. It's just some basic slopes in black, but I think it actually turns out to make a really nice little walkway into each room. And of course, here we have the infamous feature where Luke gets thrown out of the window, and you can actually recreate that feature very easily if you can just kind of push him out, and it works just like so. He's thrown out of the window. That feature was kind of based off of the 2003 Cloud City as well, and you see the window is just held here with 2 studs and then a bunch of tiles, which makes it very easy to throw Luke out of the window, which is very nice. And if you didn't notice in the beginning, we have 3 kind of holes here, which is for the very infamous walkway, which I based off also the 2003 LEGO Cloud City with kind of my own kind of take on it, which I think looks very good. And so you can actually just have some kind of joint things there, which makes it very easy to attach into the actual Cloud City build. And I think it looks very good. I have some translucent pieces kind of making it look like it's floating, which I think looks very nice and makes a really good look, especially just kind of the window walking all the way onto the walkway, I think looks very nice. Of course, you see some similarities between the LEGO 2003 Cloud City set and also just my own design as well. This is a very cool part of this build, which is how you can recreate the I am your father scene if you put Darth Vader here and then kind of like switch around Luke's face to being like the no face, but you see kind of his bruising on his face as well, on his eye. He has that kind of black eye or purple eye kind of, and you can have him just be holding on to this railing, and I think it ends up looking very cool, and I'm very glad I'm able to recreate this with my MOC, so I think obviously it looks very good as well. And there is another little feature which is cool down here. After Luke falls down through Cloud City, you see he holds on to something, and whoops, that's this thing right here is what he holds on to. And if you can kind of attach it back up in here like so, you can see he can be kind of holding on to there off the edge of Cloud City. Just another detail from the movie I wanted to make sure to add in to make it even more accurate. And you're probably looking at this little room down here, and yes, this is another kind of Easter egg room where I wanted to add because it is an iconic scene from Cloud City, which is the kind of Chewbacca in the room with C-3PO's kind of like disembodies parts. You see C-3PO's body parts are in that little crate, and then Chewie is kind of searching through them there. I wanted to add this scene, but didn't have much space for it, so it worked to kind of use it down here in the empty bottom. And I think it ends up working very well. It's a little dark down there, hard to see, but you can kind of get the idea of what it's supposed to look like. And overall, that is pretty much it for the entire Cloud City, other than this custom cloud car on top. I really wanted to have a cloud car and didn't want to buy any of the real LEGO ones, so I kind of made this custom orange one with some of the orange pieces that I had. And of course, I don't know if you noticed, but this little detail on here kind of represents the actual like kind of city part of Cloud City. I kind of based that off of the 2018 LEGO Star Wars Cloud City set, which was the Betrayal at Cloud City, I believe, but I still think it works very well, especially for my own custom MOC. And that is it for my LEGO Star Wars Cloud City MOC. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see more LEGO Star Wars MOCs in the future, and if you enjoyed watching this video and seeing my LEGO Star Wars Cloud City MOC as well. And with that said, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.